Yeah, you know, that was a bomb show.
Man. Another great show in the making.
We did that.
Yo, we on the grind. 10 toes.
That bitch gon' bang.
2025, this is all year for the taking.
That's it.
Let's go.
And that's what we were talking about. You know, we definitely gonna get it in hard this year. And it goes back to what we were saying about, you know, entertainment that we were talking about a minute ago. You gotta give some people that mesh. Like I was telling you, I was like, you know, you may not feel comfortable saying some shit that you would normally say because you're like, well, I don't know this cat. We ain't really got deep like that. So I don't feel comfortable.
On camera.
Yeah. And I like,
I can't say that,
yeah. So, you know, and then that kills because there's people that word could have went to out there and they're not going to take it.
Exactly.
You know?
So you got to keep that energy, keep it all on the up and up, you know, project what you want to be.
That's right. And don't run from challenges. You know, hit them head on. Like this.
She got up. She got up. She got up. What you tell her? Ooh, that shit back there. I got a whole lot back there. Made a nigga wanna get back there. Whole lot of cold while I'm back there. Wanna kinda like rope when I'm back there. She throwing it back and she like it. Snap it and she get excited. She know when I leave it decided. Slipping inside, gripping at her while she riding. Tell me like this, love me comfy. Trying not to stuff it out the head, getting nothing. When it works, so we huffing and puffing. She a pimp, so getting through it. I know she throwing it back. She know what her hands be at.
Yes, sir.
One leg forward, one leg back.
Hey, let's go.
She got her. But she got her.
Okay.
Ooh, that shit back there, ain't it?
Sooo Elaborate Podcast.
Yeah, y'all know what it is.
I'm here with the Gutter Magazine. What's happening?
Building, man. We here, man.
Tell me what you got going on, baby.
Come on, a little bit of everything. Y'all know what I do, man. Y'all know I get Hudson Urban Multimedia Company, Gutter Power and Gutter Magazine Film, Sports, Podcast, Internet Radio. Come on, man. Y'all tap in with me. You know, 20-year anniversary, man. 2025, 20-year anniversary, man. Let's make it happen, man.
I know I'm invited.
Come on, man. Everybody invited. The city invited, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shots gonna be on me.
There you go. Say no more. Show them the tags, homeboy.
Hey, GutterMagazineOnline.com, IG Gutter Magazine, Facebook Gutter Magazine, TikTok Gutter Magazine. Google me. Google.
There you go. There you go. Put the Google in. It's going to come up. Gutter. Gutta. Gutter Magazine. So elaborate.
Charlotte, baby.
Which side is the best side? Yeah. So Elaborate Podcast. We still here at the Big Money Blitz listening party.
Yeah.
Slim.
Hey, man, I appreciate you for having me on your podcast.
Bro, it's good to see you again, man. So you still doing it. What you got new for us, man? Talk to me.
Quincy Hood. Instrumental beat tape I just dropped. Nothing but instrumentals. Ooh. Inspired by Quincy Jones.
What?
Yeah. And you know what's crazy? I dropped it the day he died, and I didn't even, like, it wasn't even planned. Like, I just dropped it. I dropped it, and then he just, like, you know what I'm saying?
That's fine.
So, check that out. It's on BeatStars.
That's what's
Quincy
up.
Hood.
That's what's up.
All beats.
That's how the vibes connect, though, man. It already be rolling. So, give them the tags.
I am Slim Hood. Check out the beat tape on BeatStars at beatstars.com/I am Slim Hood. You can follow the studio at PlatinumPlusRecording.com, website, and PlatinumPlus704 on Instagram.
There it is, man. See what y'all missing? I told you to get out here. So Elaborate. We out. Yes. So Elaborate. In conjunction with
the Truth Earth Podcast.
That's right. We out here at the Big Money Blitz listening party.
Big money.
Tell them what's going on, baby.
Shouts to my man City Under Siege, Running Up Entertainment, Big Money Blitz. He got the new single out here. Big money.
Out here at Compound Studios. We doing it. Y'all should have been here. See you later. Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is.
In the
So
building.
Elaborate, the one and only Big Money.
Blitz.
Yes.
In the building. Mr.
Yes.
Charlie, you pressure me going crazy. You feel me?
Y'all need to come on.
Tap
If they're
in.
coming, you better show up. I'm trying to tell you, you're going to miss a special. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
Give me your tags, man.
Big Money Blitz at all social media platforms. Big Money Blitz, BigMoneyBlitz. Let's do it.
You heard them? Tap in. So elaborate. We out. Ladies and gentlemen, so elaborate. We here with the Miss Aurora in the house.
Hi y'all, what's going on? Make sure y'all come check us out. We do have performances here. We have a little, not even like a showcase. I guess somebody's doing like a listening party. It's a little listening party.
Big Money Blitz.
Yeah, Big Money Blitz. So make sure y'all come see us. Compound, it's my home.
Yes.
We all love it here. Period.
Yes, I'm amazed that I ain't been here before. It's lovely here. I'm trying to tell y'all, come on out. They got studios in the whole nine, Compound Studios. But before we go, give them your tag.
Yeah, so y'all can find me everywhere on all platforms at _TheRealAurora. _TheRealAurora.
There it is. So elaborate. We out.
Good morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sooo Elaborate Podcast. Drizzle, your host with the most. I'm right here with. Tell them who you is.
It's your boy Frank, back to the feature live band. You know what is going on.
Yep. Hey, I just seen him on the Compound Studios. Drumming like a mother. I'm trying to tell you.
I try to do what I can do.
He's doing it.
We gonna most definitely network, you know what I'm
Got
saying?
to. I'm looking forward to it. Give me your tags. Where do we try, man?
You can meet me at Back to the Feature Live Band on IG, anything, all the social media platforms. You can also meet me at The Real Frank, the 2 hours Real Frank, Instagram, what it is, Facebook. Hit me up. You can see what's going on. You can see the work. That's what we're trying to do.
We'll do. And look, if you get a chance to sit back, this man got a brain on him. It's going to be an intelligent conversation. For real. Tap in. So elaborate.
Most definitely. Appreciate you.
We over here getting pictures in. We got Big Kim. We got Blitz. The DJ himself, Chuck Money. Everybody, people in the building. Compound. DJ Sean Money. Yes! We in here. Y'all better bring your asses on. Before you miss it. You need to come on out. Look at that. We drinking. We eating. Aurora on the set. The mixologist. And look right here. What you trying to say? Why that ass so fat? Huh? Why that ass so fat? Ah! How y'all doing? What's up? Yeah, I can do the black entrance. It's Black History Month. One time for Marty Marr.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Welcome, everybody. Of course, So Elaborate, the podcast. Your host with the most, man Drizzle. And to my left,
Of course, your boy Double D. You know we back in the place to be, aka Mr. Straight No Chaser. She ain't getting down with your program, and it's time for you to do what? Replace her. Let's go. Anyway, y'all, man, I'm so glad that we back in the place to be, man. How you feeling today, brother?
I'm lovely, bro. Lovely. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I got no complaints. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
How you, man?
Yeah, man, I'm blessed, brother. I'm blessed. Glad we're here today. Today's date is February 2nd, 2025, and it is Groundhog Day. So, so I guess the whole thing with Groundhog Day is if he sees the shadow in 6 weeks, it's still gonna be more snow. Or what we was talking about this out camera.
Yeah,
what is it?
It's gonna be more winter time.
Yeah.
And yada yada yada
If
yada.
you even get snow where you live. You know, so I mean, I never really cared too much about it one way or another, but it's just always just interesting to talk about.
It's a fun topic, but it's just another American lie.
Exactly, just like the Easter Bunny.
Right.
Got nothing to do with Easter.
Santa Claus.
Yeah, don't get me started.
There's no fat white man that can fit down a slim ass chimney. But we ain't gonna get into that either.
Exactly. But yeah, so I mean, it's just interesting. So I mean, me personally, I love the spring, so I'm hoping that that's what happens. Hopefully, I mean, whether he do or don't see his shadow, hopefully we got some warm weather on the way.
I'm ready.
Because I'm sick of this ridiculous bipolar ass weather.
Yeah, cause we've been having like, man, it's hot today. And then the next 4 days, it's cold, 20 degrees, snow and ice, fake snow. Let's talk about that for a second.
Yo, is that really a thing?
It really was. I watched a chick on IG. She
I've seen
said,
some clips too.
I'm sick. She said, I've been eating this snow. I am sick. And then she took an ice cube and she burnt it. And it was melting, dripping everywhere. She grabbed the snow, made a ball. 10 seconds. That shit did not drip. It did not burn.
That's crazy. I saw a video. It was a guy doing something like that too, and I'm just like scratching my head. I'm like, yo, what am I looking at right now? Is this shit even real? Like, am I being pumped or something? Like, what the hell?
And I was out there when it was snowing that night, and it was so different. Like, the wind was blowing it, and it was like half sticking, but then it was just blowing on the road, and you was looking at it like, what is that? And even the people that's with me was like, what is that? And I was like, that's the snow. That's why I said I wasn't planning on being out here in this mess, because I had already got the word. Hey, you don't want to be out there. It's gonna be extra different.
Yeah. So I mean, like, I don't know what the hell is even. I don't even know what to even think about this. I mean, that's crazy. So we'll see.
Well, hell.
Exactly. But also too, like I say, February 2nd, it's Black History Month, y'all. So second day of Black History Month, in honor of Black History Month, I got my Panther shirt on, I had to support, and
Black excellence.
Yes. So Black History. And you know what? I was on the way over here, man. I was on the highway and I was listening to Michael Jackson Thriller album. And I was thinking of somewhere, I was like, man, I don't know, like, what can I plug in for Mike Jack? He got so many awards and accolades.
Shalom.
And I mean, like, only thing I can think of, I mean, of course we all know that album was like one of the first albums, hell, might even be one of the only ones to go diamond to this day. And all the awards he won with that album and everything. And
that's a fact to look up.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody else went diamond, but I know he might have been the first to go. I know I think Elvis is somewhere up there, but that was that was the whole big thing surrounding that album that it went diamond. Now I'm not sure how many times it did, but yeah. So I was just on the highway listening to the Thriller album. I'm like, man, I should plug something. And one thing I want to give you guys pertaining to that album, we all know about the PYT song, but did y'all know that they made a remix to that song with Will I Am?
No.
If you didn't know that, that's one of my favorite songs by Mike Jack that came out that I found after he died. And so like whether it's him or Tupac, or when I come across music from my favorite artists, or even Young Dolph, my favorite artists that no longer here, it's like they still here or they haven't been gone that long, or as a fan, it's always just a great jewel or a gem to find music that you didn't know existed. So while we on the topic of Black History and Michael Jackson Thriller, like I said, we all know about PYT. But after y'all get done watching the rest of this podcast, get on YouTube and type in PYT remix and check that shit out. Like, because it's such a great, dope fucking song that they should be playing that on the radio. Seriously.
They have a bunch of people that have diamond songs.
Okay, but not albums.
Only Garth Brooks has beat Michael Jackson.
Are you serious?
Yes.
What? Okay, babe, didn't know that.
Celebrate 7th Diamond Award.
Wow.
That's good. But Garth Brooks is that dude.
Yeah, shout out to him.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
We got some other people that got it though. I didn't even know this, and I used to wear this album out. Outkast, Speaker Box.
Oh yeah.
Love Below.
Okay.
Lauryn Hill, Miseducation.
That's dope too. Yeah.
Life After Death, Biggie. What? Beastie Boys, License to Ill?
Wow, all the albums went down.
Yeah.
Wow. Man, learn something new every day.
I'm telling you.
Man, that's crazy. Hey, shout out to all them, man. And they greatness holding it down.
Yeah.
What else?
I got another good point on Mike.
What's up?
A lot of people don't like to touch on it because it's a touchy subject, but Mike was murdered. When you put all the information together and study everything, him and Prince,
especially Prince,
were working so hard to get the rights of people in the music industry and get it to the artist.
Yeah.
And the industry said, we got to stop this.
Yeah. Mike Jack and Prince was both fighting they masters for their masters.
Right.
Yeah, for real. So, and I mean, you know, we all know about, you know, Prince, you know, him changing his name, you know, from an actual, from Prince to the artist to a symbol, and that's what was going on behind the line, you know, behind the scenes.
Because he was at war with Warner Brothers. They didn't want to give his information to him and his rights. Yeah. And he really had to fight.
Yeah. And he felt like a slave.
Right.
You
and
know?
he actually, at a couple of the award shows, had slave written on his face.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. So, I mean, you know, Prince, I mean, both of them too, you know.
Right.
Like, I wish that, you know, how dope would it have been if they could have done, you know, any type of collab together. So, I mean, they had a rivalry back in the day in the 80s for whatever reason, which, I mean, both of them guys were so dope in their own right.
System. The music system pit them against each other. You can't have two men of that caliber that are African American be friends. Yeah. But you can have the Rolling Stones and Aerosmith, all that they can be friends.
Or the Beatles.
The Beatles and the Osmonds, but you can't have the Osmonds and the Jackson 5 be friends. You can't have Michael Jackson and Prince be friends. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You can't have Whitney Houston and Janet Jackson hanging out with each other. Yeah. So there was a
always
pit.
some type of friction.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but man, like just man, if parallel universes are real, who knows? Maybe it's a parallel universe that it's a Michael Jackson featuring Prince song, or vice versa. That would just be, man.
That would have been incredible.
Phenomenal. That would have been so dope.
Before we move on from the Black History, I got one. Since we are here in the great state of North Carolina,
talking about Black excellence,
I just went ahead and looked it up because I was like, I want to know. A lot of people don't know that Charlotte was named after a queen, and they moved here. Charlotte, North Carolina. Charlotte was gave to her, and that's where you get the name from. Was Sturts, Mecklenburg-Sturts? That was her name, Queen Charlotte Mecklenburg-Sturts, and it was from the 1700s. And what happened was, it was given to her, but when you look on the pictures in the encyclopedia and elsewhere, even if you pull it up right now on Google, there is a picture of a white woman. Because back then, they didn't want that truth out, that there was actually black queens.
Yeah, that's very inaccurate, hidden truth.
What is it? What is the name of that? Is Bridgemont or Bridge? It's Bridge something.
It's on Netflix?
Bridgerton, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's Bridgerton.
I don't know if hers is because she has a show based on her on Netflix. So I don't know.
And that's what I'm talking about.
So I don't know if Bridgerton was based off of her or if they had Bridgerton and then they did something else, specific for her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
but it's definitely on Netflix. Y'all go in there and check it out. Just type it in.
Queen Charlotte, and it should pop right on up. Queen Charlotte Netflix. Right. It should pop on up with a TV show.
Right. So. But this is a precedent that was set by the old world. And pretty much anything comes up, blacks was in on the inventions, and then it was stolen from them, especially since most of them were slaves back then. So it was taken from them, and they never got recognition. Going into the 80s and 90s, my dad, Reverend Minister Melvin Davis Jr., he was in on telecommunications. But if you look up the making of telecommunications, you will not see Melvin Davis Jr., Melvin L. Davis Jr. in that paperwork or in those biographies. Because why? Couldn't let the American society know that our people were great and intelligent. Yeah. Which makes no sense at all. Because the people that came over to America to get away from Britain and all the mess they were in came to start a new land and be at peace. So why would you bring that mess that was in the other countries to America?
Yeah. True. So
Black History moment from Drizzle.
Black History quote of the day. Yeah. But on to new business, which is actually old business, but like I say, it's February 2nd. Last time we talked to y'all was January 12th. And like I say, y'all, a lot has fucking happened between January 12th to February 2nd. So, for starters, when we last left you guys, we didn't know if TikTok was still gonna be in existence. So when we last left you guys, so TikTok got banned and then got unbanned in a matter of 24 hours. Yeah. So,
and it was so much retardedness around that.
People was really freaking out over that shit.
I got some reels if y'all look on the Man Drizzle all platforms, especially IG and TikTok. I got some reels on there where I actually was like, putting the people on. One chick, she was crying.
People was really like wigging out.
Oh my God, there was one dude on there, he was like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm gonna do now. Like, without this page, I'm nothing. I DoorDash. And people had some horrible comments going back and forth in there too, but surprise, TikTok is still here.
Yeah. Gen Z was freaking out, you know.
They was made minds.
Yeah, I mean, you got a lot of people getting money off of that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and getting the sole amount of how they're making their money and taking care of themselves.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you take that away, they don't know what they're going to do.
Right. Now, I took from that, and I got my LLCs redone, got them up. So, now I'm definitely going on and get some of this money going live, because I've been talking about it, but I want to get all my ducks in order, so I didn't want to go into no foolishness like people back in the day did the PPP loans. No, they didn't have no LLCs or S Corp, and now a bunch of them are still locked up right now.
5 years later, you got to pay the price.
You got to pay the piper.
I mean, 2020, you know, everybody thought it was all good, you know, but they was going, even though it's going to take them a minute to get to you.
Right.
I mean, it's only a matter of time.
And they coming.
Yeah. So I mean, what they say, if you can't do the time, don't do the crime.
That's right. That's right.
Don't fuck with it.
And another point on the TikTok, when I found out, like on one of my phones, I actually, that day I was like, man, you taking up space on my phone, and I erased it. And now you can't get it back up. But on my other ones and on my computers, I never erased it. So I still got CapCut and TikTok on there.
Interesting.
But if you try to pull it up, it says you can't get it in this region.
Oh, that's interesting.
Weird.
That is interesting.
And the story behind it, it was just so, oh God, if you didn't study like a lot of people don't do, they just take people's word. TikTok is working with China and stealing your private information.
And that's what they've been pumping out there too.
Right.
So, and I mean, I don't know how true that is or isn't. I mean, maybe that could just be part of the system to why they want to take that, or, you know, I don't know.
It's not, because I did an actual study, and if you Google it right now, it'll tell you the #1 social media that takes your information and sends it out and uses it without your knowing, because y'all don't read, y'all just click agree. You don't read all them pages of information that tells you what they're doing. You just click agree, I accept. And that's why they're getting away with it.
Terms of agreement,
you know, they don't read.
Yeah, you don't know what you're signing. You could be signing your left leg and your firstborn.
Right.
You know.
Right. You could be saying, I'm going to give up my right ovary, I'm going to give up my left nut,
right.
scrotum sack.
Just so I can download this app on my phone.
Yeah.
Like, what?
But the #1 destroyer of your information and giving it out, I hate to even say it because I'm on that too. Messenger.
Yeah, really?
Messenger moves people's information like nobody's business.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
So that's why I was like, when I did the reels, I was like, who's next? Because if you open this door to do it to TikTok, then you can do this anytime you want to any social media.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, if you're gonna start there, then I mean you're gonna have to go down the line, because they not the only one.
Absolutely not.
Know? So they just the one we talking about right now, present day.
Yeah.
But it's a bunch of them that are.
Everyone has them terms of agreement. I don't care where you go. Google. Only one I think that doesn't do it is what's the search engine? DuckDuckGo.
I don't even think I know about that one.
Yeah, they do not participate in that.
Okay.
But everywhere else you go, it don't matter what social media, what music platform, what information, they all do it.
Taking something from you when you visit, taking the little cookies or whatever it is called. Yeah, taking a little piece of your
you accept
information.
on them cookies.
Yep. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I can't stand that shit. Them the only cookies I don't like.
Them the only cookies I don't like. I love cookies. Give them here. Eat them.
Chocolate chip all down the line.
Them cookies all.
But yeah, so,
nasty.
But yeah, I mean, so everything's, collecting information on us. So I mean, and I know a lot of times when you download something, it might be like 100-something pages. I mean, I do actually try to scroll through them. I don't get all the way to 100, but I at least get to 50.
Right.
I get about halfway. Then I'm like, damn, 75. Like, shit, I'm still scrolling.
Right, man. At least cheating over that thing.
Yeah. But see, that's how they get us, though. And as we talking about it, I remember it was an episode of South Park that touched on that too. Yeah, and I think the episode was called "Terms of Endearment," or don't quote me on the name of the episode, but it was was staying in Cal and they kept hitting agree on their phone.
Yeah.
And then it was like, you agreed to this on your phone.
Yeah.
It's just, you know,
Yeah.
they were over exaggerating, but that shit is real though. It's
It
true.
really is.
Yeah.
And going into that, I mean, we might as well stick into that. Man, the Simpsons. They was too correct on too much. That's
Yeah.
why they had to go.
Yeah.
They had to get rid of the Simpsons.
It
was entertainment. A lot of people don't understand. Entertainment is the quickest way to get information out to you. So people will bring information to you through entertainment world.
I thought they were still on the air.
They're still on the
Yeah.
air, but the ones the way they were doing them,
Uh-huh.
they're not doing them like they was back in the day.
Okay.
Back in the day, it's like they were just doing prophesizing. It was like,
A lot
wow.
of stuff.
Speaking
yeah.
of,
Yeah, you know. So, okay, since the last time we was here, we got a new president. So,
and they prophesized that too.
they did, which is why we even on the topic of that in the conversation, because the Simpsons not only got it right, but they got it right twice. How the hell do you predict a president twice? You know, being elected or selected. Being, you know, elected, selected. First time and elected, selected second time. You know, so I think the first one it said 2016 and then the second one it said for 2024.
Yeah.
And it was spot fucking on. You know, but that's because they put it in our face.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just
Yeah.
like the movies, The Matrix, where pay attention.
Yeah.
Follow the Yellow Brick Road, Wizard of Oz.
Mm-hmm.
What's your girl with the that's it, Wizard of Oz.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's telling you, man. They're giving you information right there, but we're just not paying attention.
Yeah, and if anything, they're just getting more bold and brazen with what they're doing, because it's like, okay, you can choose to believe it, you can think it's a joke.
Right.
It's up to you if you want to smoke.
And they'll tell us, they'll say, here, this is what we're doing. And then they'll switch to the next subject.
Mm-hmm.
P. Diddy has been putting date rape in his baby oil.
Yep.
And what do we do?
And yep. And we go straight to the distraction, the bullshit. They can't stop, won't
Put
stop.
this on.
Yeah. So I mean,
it's so ridiculous,
you know,
man.
and yeah. So I mean, so Trump got elected again. So I think he's now 47. So at first he was 45. Now he's 47.
Yeah.
And I mean, since he's been in office, I mean, he been doing a lot.
He's running amok.
Oof,
But he ain't doing nothing that he didn't say he wasn't gonna do.
And that's the one thing I can salute to give to him, is because everything this man said he was gonna do,
Yeah.
he ain't holding no punches.
It's been so much drama within the DEI.
He ain't taking no prisoners.
He's taking away affirmative action.
Mm-hmm.
He is already attacking immigrants.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, illegals.
Yeah.
But we know it's gonna go further than that.
Yeah, that's where it starts.
He's doing all the foolishness he said he was gonna do, and some of it is just like, well, dang. What do I say to this? This man is actually keeping his word on everything he said that he was gonna act up on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you know what too? While we on the topic of Trump and Black history, I'm sure you heard about this, and y'all probably have too. So supposedly they're going to release the MLK files, the RFK files, and JFK files.
Yeah, because it's been over 20 years. They never release information till they think everybody's gone and dead.
We talking well over 30 years plus, hell, 50 years
Yeah.
for pertaining to some of this stuff. So
Yeah.
I mean, I'm curious to see what comes out. I'm honestly, bro, to be honest with you, I think as far as like JFK stuff, they're still going to limit what they allow the public to have access to. So
Absolutely,
yeah.
because they can't let the truth be out. They got to keep that loud about the magic bullet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Supposedly, so supposedly, magic bullet, one shooter. Yeah.
Just one.
Yeah, just one. Yeah. Okay. But I mean, so I think though that they'll probably end up releasing more stuff about Martin Luther King.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's about time.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, I'm curious to see what happens with that, and I'm curious to see what they release with the RFK stuff too.
I'm interested to see if they ever gonna release the whole truth on Malcolm X.
They just want us to forget about him.
Yeah, they absolutely do.
Yeah. That's one. I don't know if we'll ever get the truth on that one.
Because it was so many heads involved. CIA,
a whole lot of letter agencies.
the nation, everybody they had involved in his murder.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to bring everything out right now because still people are alive.
Yeah, and that's really why it never came out. So, and that's why we still to this day don't know for sure, what happened that fateful day in Dealey Plaza in Dallas.
Right.
So, while we're on the topic of that with JFK and assassination, two people I want to mention. If you decide to go down a rabbit hole, that there's a book by a gentleman who's no longer with us, William Cooper. The name of the name, and he was exposing a lot of shit, and he touched on that.
Yeah.
And so, in the book, it's called "Behold a Pale Horse."
Yes.
And
you might have to look to get it outside the United States, because at one point they were banning it left and right.
Mm-hmm.
When I was doing my wrongful conviction, they banned it in the prison system.
Yeah.
You couldn't get it unless somebody actually brought it to visit.
Mm-hmm.
And the guards was cool with you, and like, yeah, let that in.
Mm-hmm. And I used to have that book in my possession like 20 years ago, back when I was in college. And I don't know what the hell I did with it now. They moved around so many different times.
Yeah.
But it touched on that with the JFK assassination. And one thing I remember that stood out to me was that, you know, he was saying, look at the driver, don't look at Kennedy. So, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
So that's just something to think about. And then another person too, and I think between these two people, I think one of these two guys is on to something, Jesse Ventura. Like he did an episode on JFK.
You took the words out of my mouth. His conspiracy show is exactly why they canceled it.
Exactly. So between William Cooper and then the stuff he was saying, he no longer here, whatever story they might have made up to say that they had to take him out, and then Jesse Ventura, between what the two guys were saying, I think one of them was on to something.
Right.
And
shout out to him. He got back on WWE. Do your thing, boy.
Yeah. And only thing, and I ain't gonna stay on this too long. Only thing I remember he said on Conspiracy Theory, which if you go on Amazon right now, you can't watch that JFK episode.
No,
you can't buy it. You can't watch it. They got it blocked.
I think they blocked that one and the Twin Towers.
Yeah, they blocked a bunch of them.
Yeah.
So, but I watched the episode several times, and what I remember him saying was the word coup d'etat. And then he was saying something about that it was a team that went in to Dallas and took him out.
Yes.
Which really, when you think about it, of course it was multiple fucking shooters.
Yes.
Multiple shooters. Because if you look at the Zapruder film, the sign that was in the way, that was blocking the sign.
Yeah.
They took the sign down because there were bullet fragments in the sign. And if you got one shooter, Oswald, then how does the sign have multiple bullet holes?
Right.
Just saying. So, so I ain't gonna get too deep with that, y'all, but it just, Bill Cooper and between Jesse Ventura, I think one of them two guys might have hit the nail on the head with that.
Yes, sir.
So I'm curious to see, what they release about Martin Luther King to distract us from what they not telling us about JFK. Because that's what they gonna do. They gonna bury his name and his legacy even more than they already did and have to divert our eyes to what other shady shit they were doing.
Here you go. Hurry up, get the other story out there.
Exactly. So we gonna
put the date rape in the
Yeah, we gonna get you. We gonna give you a few little nuggets here and there.
We won't stop.
But what else? I was gonna touch on. I know there's a lot that Trump was doing. I know we said he's freezing grants and freezing the house.
He's been a FEMA. I think as of right now, I think it's back active. But a lot of my clients, because I'm a certified licensed peer support in North Carolina, they were having issues with their insurance, like actually going to therapy, going to home care. They had to wait because it was like this new portal or whatnot. It was going through the hospitals and everything. And now it's supposed to be back up and everything running, but it's going to be some stuff that's not there anymore.
Yeah, so I mean, and I think too, I just saw something on my Google feed, because I'm sure we all get shit on our phone every day to pop up random stories. I guess it's saying that he's putting a tariff tax on Mexico, Canada, and I feel like I'm forgetting one too.
Yeah.
So basically everybody who's bordering us, if they import or export from us or to us, that they having to pay a tariff tax.
Right.
So I'm just curious to see. I mean,
I'm waiting to see how that's gonna work, because if it had been in place from the beginning of time, that would be one thing. But now that it's not, then these items that we get from them, like they just turn around and say, okay, well then we're just gonna double tax you.
Yeah, and that's basically what they've been doing anyway. The money you get on your check, that money is already taxed, and then you gotta pay a tax again. Well,
excuse me, you're correct. Triple tax you.
Triple, goddamn.
Yeah.
Because
that's all they're gonna do is raise it up. Yeah. Like people who had disability, whatever, everybody got like a 3% raise. But then you raise the taxes.
Yeah.
So what was the point in even giving the 3% raise in disability and Social Security? You're going to turn around and raise the taxes too.
You raise the taxes, but you're not raising the pay.
You're not raising pay rate at all.
Yeah, and so a lot of people are struggling and going through it.
Yeah.
And the scrambling and scraping. So,
And I think he's doing something with like the EBT and the welfare, which to a degree I agree with that, because we work hard, we pay taxes, and we can't get it, but then you're getting it, and you're sitting around, you're not working, you're making 500 babies, then you definitely should have to work or do something.
Definitely. You know, you got people who are abusing the system, who are getting over, who should be working and are well able to work and decide, oh, I'm just gonna have 11 babies.
Yeah.
So I mean, hey, you know, it's a new day. So hey.
So I ain't got no issue with that part. The rest of the stuff, I'm
you know what? I'm sitting back, bird's eye view. Like one thing I heard that he's doing, and I'm sure y'all heard about it too, is that I guess with the taxes with the baby mama. So like if she can't, if you say for instance, if you got your son, your baby mama can't claim your son on her taxes.
Yeah.
So or vice versa. And that's like, why did it take so long?
And if you, just like anything else, it's like a business. I understand that business side of it. If you paying in your business, then come tax time, you get the payback. Mm-hmm. You get the monies for everything that you put in and pay taxes in your business. That's the same thing. If I don't have any kids, so I can speak freely about it. I don't care what anybody got to say. I really don't. If I have kids and I'm taking care of them, I don't care if you are with the mother. If I'm paying child support, how do you get the file? And I'm the one paying on it. So I totally understand the business side of that. If it's the woman paying the taxes, I don't care if it's the man or the woman. Whoever's paying the taxes, whoever's doing the child support, should be able to file that child at tax time.
Yeah, and I mean, and I think that the upside to them doing this is that, I'm sure there are probably a lot of good fathers out there who taking care of their sons or taking care of their daughter.
Yes.
And the baby mama, the child is living with the dad and the baby mama still claims that child on their taxes.
Right.
Like that. Yeah. It's amazing that in 2025 we're even having this fucking conversation. Right. We should have been doing this 30 years ago.
Right.
Like why did it take so long?
And that's what I'm saying. It's causing friction and issues because you're just doing it.
Mm-hmm.
All this stuff that's been coming up, you're just doing it. This should have been done.
Yeah, it makes too much sense for it not to been done prior to now.
And that's why I say it's a lot of things me and Trump would never see eye to eye on. But there's a couple of things he does that I have to be like, okay, well, say hello to the bad guy.
Yeah. And I mean, like right now, and I kind of feel the same way. He's shaking and making moves right now. He got a lot of people shaking in their boots. They like, oh shit, Trump in office. What the fuck we gonna do now?
Right.
Really, like I said before he got elected, is your life really gonna be that much different? If Harris had won, would your life be that much different?
No.
So they still gonna do what they gonna do. Hell, they probably two sides of the same fucking coin.
Right. Let's just be honest about it. Every president we've had since I've been born, they haven't done shit for me.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of them, they probably cool behind the scenes playing golf somewhere, laughing at your ass that y'all having fist fights over you being a Democrat versus being a Republican.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. So.
And like that's just like when we have a freeze, you can bet your bottom dollar the liberals, the Republicans, the Democrats, money is not free. You can bet your bottom dollar they're getting their checks still.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But the citizens who pay their taxes are the ones stuck in the transit of pure hell.
Mm-hmm. And just, thinking out loud, you guys, moving forward, you got to take care of yourself. You got to focus on yourself. But, anything that keeps us divided, anything dealing with race, anything dealing with anything dealing with color. Fuck that shit. Anything dealing with color, like it's irrelevant. In 2025, like it's not helping anything, and it's only further keeping everybody back,
right.
No matter what color you are.
And these extreme groups are really what we should be focusing on. Like, get away from that and let's come together.
Yeah.
Because you know what? Bottom line is just us. It's really just us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's a whole different set of rules for America, especially for the government, that only the citizens are stuck in these rules that don't even make no sense and doesn't move in our behalf.
Yeah.
And as long as we allow them to do what they want to do with our tax money, that's what they're going to do. As long as these grants come out and we don't apply to them, doesn't matter if you don't know how to write a grant. You know how to go online and say, let me see, how do I do this? Oh, that's how you do that, don't you?
We all got Google on our phone, computer. So, exactly.
And you learn that,
yeah.
But you won't go on there and look up, how do I write a award-winning grant? So I point the finger at you because you're not doing it. You know, how did Trump get in office? You! You know, how did we get to the point where only people we had to vote for was Harris and Trump? You! Because we are not speaking up as a community. We are not coming together as a, we're talking about it behind closed doors, but when it's time to go to these forums, when it's time to go to these hearings and address power to the people, we're sitting in the back. Well, I wonder who's going to talk about it. Who's going to address this stuff? You need to address it.
Yeah, and I mean, and I've said it, and I'm gonna keep saying it. We were screwed either way. I mean, personally, I do think based on the two shit show options that they gave us, because the candidates, I mean, come on. I mean, I told y'all how I feel. John, I keep saying John, January 6th makes him disqualified to be president, period, because Barack Obama couldn't get away with that either. Right. So he's disqualified. He should have been, but he's not. He in office.
And let's call it what it is on the other one. You had 30 indictments. 30-something indictments, and you still became president.
Hey, Teflon Don like a motherfucker. Like a motherfucker. Yeah, so I mean, so as far as, you know, him being concerned, that makes him ineligible in my eyes to be president, and should have been in America's eyes, but here we are, there we go. And then with her, with Kamala, we wasn't gonna be no better off. I mean, I wanted to try to give her faith, I wanted to try to give hope into her, but I think
can't you have faith in somebody who I forgot was the vice president because we didn't see her ass for 2 years?
Not just that, but I mean, you flip-flopping, you this way one day, this way another day. I don't know, I mean, I don't know which version of you I'm getting. And I know, like, for me, when I found out that what her plan to do with our tax dollars was that she was going to do with the transgender, can't even talk right now. I got to drink some water, I'm thirsty. The transgender, people that, she was going to, you know, put our tax dollars towards that, so when they got incarcerated, that our tax dollars were going to go to their sex changes. When I heard that, I was done. I was already done before that, but when I heard that part, I'm like, yo, no. I mean, you, however you feel, your life, you know, whatever, but don't, my money not going to support that, you know, so I mean, you know, we were screwed either way, so I mean, I think based on the two that we had, I mean, he didn't have his foot on the gas and he on their ass and he not playing.
That's just like, I'm like, well, you know, put our money into fighting people at the border and letting them come in.
And that's another thing too. Yeah, this border patrol shit is like, you know, they at war at the border for real.
For real.
Yeah.
You know, we at the point. We're gonna press on to the next subject, but before we do, it's really sad when all the other countries are moving in our behalf. Canada has said, because if you're not looking, if you notice, I always tell people, you watch the bad news, that's all this is bad news. It's what the government wants you to see and know, not what you need to know. Why is it that the red flag on America has not been put out at least once this past month? We are in a red flag state right now, which means we're in a state of emergency. Canada has offered, if you want to come to Canada, America, if you want to get away, you can come and stay in Canada. They've opened the borders for us. That's how serious it is. But no news, no government in America is talking about the fact that we're in a state of emergency, red flag status.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a lot going on. So I mean, y'all need to, you know, just be aware of what's going on. You know,
please pay attention.
So no matter what side you claim to be on, it really don't matter. I mean, you know, the only color that matters is green, because you know that they got us all divided and separated based on class.
Yes.
So to be, you know, not liking somebody because they white and you black, or they you know, they Hispanic and, you know, somebody else Mexican or whatever, you know, it's all fucking stupid.
It really is.
You know, and as long as we focus on these things, it will forever be divided.
As long as we stay on race and racism, and they divide and conquer every time.
Exactly.
You know.
But what else we got? On to new business. So I guess on January 29th, Wednesday, January 29th was the Lunar New Year. So you know, so happy Lunar New Year. And
spring water myself.
Right. And what else? Now, came across this, and you know, and I hate to even bring this one up, but there's no way that we cannot talk about this topic.
I know what you're getting ready to
You already know, yeah. So, okay, I know y'all heard about that plane crash. I know y'all heard about that American Airlines plane crash. Flight, was it 5342?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I looked into. I mean, I googled it before we did the show. The last I knew, it said it was 60 people that perished. So now I guess they're saying it was 67. Yeah. So I mean, so you know, it happened at the DC airport, and so basically it said it was a military plane that ran into a commercial plane. Yeah, so and I think they said it was like 3 or 4 people on a military plane, helicopter actually, and it was 60-something flight crew on the American Airlines. And it's just like, yeah.
Before I even say what I'm gonna say, love, peace, prayers, heart.
Everybody.
Our condolences go out to all y'all families. It goes out to everybody who was working on the plane, everybody who was a passenger on the plane, everybody who was the government that was in the plane. Our hearts go out to you. Now, I got some wonderments about that, because how in the world could the airline traffic not say you need to go left, you need to go up, you need to go down? I can't say because I haven't studied and I wasn't there in the actual air tower to hear what was going on, so I can't speak on it like I want to, the way I do behind closed doors. Yeah, I've spoken my piece on this, but
all this radar technology we have
on here, all I can say is, please explain that, because it makes no sense. And the other thing, what we were just touching on, everybody that died on that plane, all the families, I bet, were at funerals and came together. There was no white over here, black over here, citizens over here, government over here. Everybody lost loved ones and was hurt by it.
Sharing the same pain. Yeah. So I mean, that whole story. I mean, I saw it early in the morning. I was in the gas station, just happened to look up at the TV, and I saw it at the bottom of the screen, and I was like, oh shit.
I was with a client at their medical appointment, and it came across the TV, and I actually, one of the rare times I stopped and took my earbuds out and actually watched the news.
Yeah, like that literally just stopped me dead in my tracks, just because, I mean, that's one of them things, like, you don't have no control over it. No. And I mean, because I mean, when you on the flight, I mean, I love flying, I mean, but when you on the flight, like, it's out of your control. You helpless. You just hoping to God that you can get back on the ground, and that you can, you're thinking about whatever it is that you had planned to do in your life and your day and everything else, and then, you know, something crazy, catastrophic happens, and it's out of your control, and then here it is, just like that. So I mean, it's just.
So again, our heart go out to all y'all, all y'all's families.
Yeah, condolences to everybody affected, everybody that knew somebody, and just everybody connected to that, because it's just it's heartbreaking.
Yes.
So definitely hate that.
Yes.
Also too, this is the last, last thing we're gonna talk about pertaining to death. But like, did y'all know that we lost DJ Unk? Back on, it said January 24th, DJ Unk passed. He was 43, and I saw it on TMZ. It said that he passed in his sleep. They said suffering a heart attack.
Jeez.
So I'm like, damn.
DJ to DJ. Man. It's so many dropping left and right now. It's like you can't keep up. That's what I was just saying before the show. I was like, I'm desensitized. Because every time I turn around, somebody I know or somebody that I like as a celebrity is gone.
Yeah. And I hate that, we as a society in general, we're so desensitized to a lot of this crazy shit that happens and that's happening, because, I mean, it's a lot of it's going on every day.
Yeah.
So, but I hate that for that, I mean, even though 43, I want to say young brother, but, 43, it ain't young, but it ain't old neither. So, I still hate that for that younger, older brother.
I'm about to do a tribute on the tables for him like I did on Fat Man Scoop.
Yeah. And so, I mean, I know he technically only had like 2 songs to walk it out and 2-step. But like, I used to party to that shit.
Blank. Look, you put that on at any party today.
That track with
T-Pain. Any event is going in. Teddy putting that right down.
Hey, that's my shit. Still to
walk
this day.
It out. However you do that on the auto too.
Yeah. So I mean, just that take me back to my party days. So when I heard that, I had to look up. I'm like, cause I had to think. I'm like, damn, how old is he? Or how old was he? Like, what you mean he died? So
and that's longevity in business. That's knowing how to push your product. Because to this day, you still getting paid. off that song.
Mm-hmm. You
Both them songs.
still getting residuals.
Yes.
Yeah, because the music was that good, and it made that much of an impact for that short time.
Yeah.
So which kind of takes us to the next point that I want to touch on with you guys. It's 2025.
Right.
So you need to be thinking about how can you thrive and survive in 2025 and beyond. So I mean, whatever it is you're doing, you might have to do more.
Yeah.
And I think growing up, we all were told, if you go to school, get your degree, go work a full-time job, that's gonna be enough.
Yeah.
Just going to a regular job, clocking in, that's not enough. You're gonna have to get some side hustles. You're gonna have to, learn either a trade or do some LLC.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to learn and teach yourself something, because if you're just doing the bare minimum, you're just gonna barely be making it.
And you're gonna have to be teachable.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be able to learn.
Yes.
You gotta be able to be teachable.
Yeah, that's major. That's a big one.
That's a big one today. A lot of corporations today, the people are not getting in because they're not teachable, and then they're like, well, you know what? You're not teachable. What does that mean? I'm not teachable. Like, can't teach you nothing. You know everything.
Can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can't teach a genius youngin anything.
Yeah. So.
And that's what they mean when they say you got to be teachable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you say you're never too. And they say you're never too young. You're never too old to learn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's one of the things you got to be able to do. I am a vet in a lot that I do. I'm OG, but I went to see Startup Labs. They taught me about REAP, Re-Entry Entrepreneurship Program. I had to be teachable.
Mm-hmm.
So I learned stuff I never knew before, which I can now apply into my LLC. Emotional IQ, the differences between employment, management, and dealing with the difference between calling somebody a customer or calling them your client or guest. There is a difference in calling them a customer versus your client or your guest. It makes a difference. It seems like wordplay is not. It makes a difference.
It does.
It's a lot in there. You got to be able to understand, and you got to be able to be taught.
Yeah.
And they can't do it. No matter what business you go in, if you're going to entertainment, you're going to music. You got to be able to be taught about it. You think you're a big rap star or a big singer. Okay, you got to learn about your tone.
Yeah.
You got to learn about your octaves.
And your pitch and
your
all
pitch.
that. Yeah.
You rapping. How's your cadence? When you come out, is it funny? Do you have a nice cadence? How's your wordplay? Do you just say A, B, C, D, or do you got something that makes some sense and some mental nourishment?
What sets you aside from the pack?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
The tracks. Are you flowing on tracks that are adaptive to your voice?
Right.
You got to be teachable.
Yeah, so you have to be teachable, and you have to want to fucking learn.
Right.
If you're not willing to or wanting to sponge up the knowledge, it's not gonna do you no good anyway.
Right. I've been certified peer support and licensed over 7 months now. I'm still learning. I'm still being taught. Hell, just the other month, I'm on with my supervisor on the phone. The way you're doing in the well, Scott, you putting your effectiveness inside of your intervention. No, I had to be able to learn. I had to be teachable.
Facts. And I just want one thing I want you guys to take from this podcast today, and hell, you might already know it, but to be honest with y'all, until that fucking casket drops, you can always learn something new. You can always be better today than you were yesterday.
If you are not able to learn, you are just a walking corpse waiting to get in your casket.
Yep.
Like literally, you learn to the day you die.
Yep. Living out Groundhog Day, pun intended. Living out Groundhog Day on repeat.
Or like the one I can't think of the day after tomorrow. I can't think of Tom Cruise.
Okay. Oh
same
I know
thing.
you're talking about. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You just on repeat.
Yeah.
And that's why so many today are miserable and so downstruck and just not happy with life because you're living the same mediocre routine. The heavens, whoever your creator is that you live under, they didn't create you to be mediocre and the same every single day. Same thing. That's not what you were made
Exactly.
for. You were made for greatness. Excellence.
Yes.
That's what you're supposed to move in.
No matter what color you are.
Facts.
Yes.
When you get to this level, you can't stay at this level. There's another level waiting. And you have to be trained on how to deal with these demons, how to learn to be able to move to this level and move on that level in excellence. So the levels keep going unless you decide not to. And guess what? You're not sitting stagnant if you decide not to. You're regressing. So you're going up or you're going down in your life every day.
Yo.
Choose.
Exactly.
Deuteronomy 28, Old Testament. Choose this day.
Exactly. Choose
Life
today.
or death.
Yeah, what you want to do with it. I want to plug one more show in there. I was thinking when you were saying it was a show on Netflix, Russian Doll. Yeah. I don't know if you fuck with that, but yeah, that shit. Yeah, check that shit out.
I gotta get back into it, man.
Yeah. Check that shit out too. Living the whole same day over and over, just different variations.
That's it.
You know, and I mean, and if that's how you feel deep down, like, what the fuck are you doing different to make the tomorrow different than today? You know, I mean, you know, like I've said before, this vessel that we in, you know, this light that we have within us, and we all have it. You know, it's only for a limited time, and it's like, what are you gonna do with it while you still have it right here, right now?
And you are not the author and creator. I don't care what nobody says. You have a right to believe what you want to believe. You are not the creator of your life. So guess what? You don't know when your punch ticket is coming. So you might want to live every day like it's your last day.
Yep. And I've said this before. You never know. You don't know how many tomorrows you have today. So, you know, deep shit. You never know how many tomorrows you have today.
You give me a line to put in a rhyme every show, man.
Don't I do?
I love it, baby. Love it, baby.
Yeah. So, you know, I just, you know, so I want to leave y'all with those tidbits of knowledge. And you know, just strive to be better. You know, strive to be, you know, a good person. You know, take care of yourself first.
Yes.
You know, in this new year we living in 2025, you gotta make sure you good.
Right.
Who gives a fuck what president is in office right now? It don't matter.
Right.
So whether it's Harris, whether it's Trump, whether it's RFK, any of them, JFK, whoever in office, it don't matter.
Your ass still gonna go sleep. Your ass still gotta wake up unless it's time for you to punch out.
Yeah, we all stuck in this system. We all slaves to this system.
Right.
You know, like we gotta, you know, we gotta stop letting color divide us.
That's
It
right.
don't matter. The only color that matters.
out the
is that
matrix.
green. Yeah, that's the only color that matter is green because we all separated based on class.
That's it, baby.
So, you know, get your money, get your coins.
Yes.
You know, learn something, invest in something, invest in your fucking self, invest
There
in
you
your
go.
future.
There you go.
Yeah, be better today than you were yesterday.
If you ain't gonna invest in yourself, then why you expect somebody else to?
Right.
And if you ain't gonna stand on business and make your stuff happen, then why you expect somebody to support you
You ain't standing on business, you standing on bullshit.
all day? So going on that, I got one more thing I'd like to plug. Speaking of wellness and healthy living, we got some things coming up. I'm actually a part of speaking on my peer support, Genesis Project 1, coming up this year. We have Genesis Project 1 Inc. We have some events that we're gonna do.
Okay.
Sooo Elaborate will be there.
All right.
What we're gonna do is awareness. Speaking of getting into being able to get stuff, the resources that are present, a lot of people don't know about it. They don't know how to get to therapy or how to get into. They don't know that they got insurance that will pay for them getting mental health therapy and going to physical therapy, getting stuff done medical wise needs to get done, getting into services for intensive home care for your children, food boxes, clothing, bills paid.
There's a lot of stuff out
There's
there.
a lot of stuff out there and resources that aren't out there. So I'll give big props to my office because what we're doing under the guidance of my man, Mr. Earl Owens, the third, we're getting ready to start doing events. A couple of them we're going to do there, other ones around the Charlotte area. So we're looking for people who want to be involved, that have resources of different sorts that they want to bring in for people to learn about and know about. If you have venues that you would like to be in sponsoring, you want to be a part of this and get people into knowing about the well-being of resources that exist for them that they're looking for but they can't find. It's so hard online because they don't know really what they're looking for, how to do it. We got some things coming up for you, so stay tuned to that. Genesis Project 1. Earn Your Wings Tour 2025 under the guidance of Tiffany Brown. We are, look on IG, we are actually doing a several state tour, and it's based on mental health awareness, men and women, domestic violence. Because yes, men get domestic violence too, verbally and physically. We were just having a chat on that on one of our Zooms, how it does.
It does.
And men don't get the same respect as women do.
It's very
it shouldn't be
one-sided.
a divide.
Yeah.
Domestic violence is domestic violence.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter who's
Yeah.
going through it.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk about isolation, depression, anxiety, all these things. We're going to meet with people and we're going to discuss it. We're actually having hours. We're having April, which is going to be the same month. Both of them, Genesis Project 1 and Earn Your Wings, are going to have events in April in North Carolina. And we're going to be addressing it. We're going to be getting it. Tap in with us. Earn Your Wings Tour on IG. If you want to tell your story, what you've been through, we definitely want to do that because it's healing.
Yeah,
Health is wealth.
Yeah, get that off your chest, get that weight
Right.
off your shoulder, get that boulder off your shoulder.
And be an opportunity to give somebody else understanding and push them to come up out of what they're in. So we're really looking forward to this, man. I'm telling you, I'm excited, man.
Yo, I can't wait. Let's get it.
North, South Carolina,
Yeah.
Virginia, Maryland,
Yeah.
Texas, man, Louisiana. Man, I can't wait, man. I'm telling you, it's going down. New York.
We're gonna be getting it.
Yes.
Yes.
Last but not least, under Portia the Poet, Lyrical Healing the Brand, I am actually going to be working with the production team. We just had a meeting today on the phone, so I'm in my trial time right now. I'm working on the production team. But we're going to be back and forth, Charlotte and Raleigh, doing live stage plays. There's a big opening for this.
Yeah, some things
People
on the
don't
way.
really know how big live stage plays are. And we're going to be getting that out to you as well. Lyrical Healing the Brand at IG. And what I'm looking to do with my LLC, MEH LLC, which is Mental and Emotional Hierarchy, which translation, when you're sick of being sick and tired, you're going to get up and do what you need to do to make it jump off.
Exactly.
I want to combine, because this is my life now, this is all I want to do. I want to combine mental health awareness with entertainment.
Okay.
So that's it. Like when I'm doing shows, stop. How's everybody doing? Yada, 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 yada. You. See me after the show. I got paperwork for you. We're going to get you in and get you some help. This is what it's all about today. That's why I say I don't care if you're black, I don't care if you're white, I don't care if you're purple, green, orange. You definitely need to come and see me and get some help if you're purple, green, or orange. But
Right.
this is what it's all about, man.
Yeah.
Power to the people.
Yes. And before we go, y'all, I just want to leave y'all with this. If you don't feel comfortable talking to a therapist or something like that, that's fine, that's okay.
Right.
But just talk to somebody.
Somebody.
Don't hold
You don't
that
feel
weight,
comfortable
don't
talking to
hold
a
all that.
man, talk to a woman.
Yeah, talk
You don't
talk
feel
to
comfortable
whoever.
talking to your family, talk to a friend. I have conversations with people that I have never met and have never ran into again, except for a couple, which it was extraordinary when we ran back into each other. But I have conversations with people all the time I don't even know. And you'll be amazed at how much comes out and how much you can save somebody.
Yeah.
Like I said on another podcast, you remember a couple podcasts ago, I saved the person's life and didn't even know it. Bumped back into them a month later and they told me thank you.
Yeah.
I didn't know. All I did was smile. Hey, you gorgeous.
You'll be amazed how far just a hello, how you doing today, how far that might help somebody going through, because you don't know what they're going through with their day, as they're going through their journey.
Right.
So I mean, they could be really going through it and just be like, man, you know what, just you taking the time just to say hello to me, that it's brightened up my day. Spread that positive energy.
Yeah.
'Cause I mean, it's too much bullshit out here. It's so much negative shit out here. Don't be consumed by that in the world.
Yeah.
Project that light that's within you.
Right. You have a right to be the light, or if you choose, be the dark. I would definitely tell you.
Your choice.
I would encourage you, be the light.
Yes, always, all day.
And if you have a chance when you're going through something, then help somebody else who's going through something. You'll be amazed at the law of attraction, it changes when
real.
you be positive and do for others the way that you want done for you.
You become a magnet to it.
Yeah.
Instead of stagnant to it.
There it is.
Ah.
Thank you for that line too. Well, you
Yes,
keep
sir.
on now. I'm gonna have a whole song based off of your lines on Sooo Elaborate Podcast.
Coming soon. DJ Double D in the place to be.
I'm trying to tell you, man. Joseph Shizzle
Yes, sir.
spitting his lyricals.
Hold it down on the ones and twos, making it do what it do.
Well, man, it's always a pleasure doing
Man,
this show. with
you already
man.
know it, brother.
I love it. I swear,
Man.
man. Y'all already got the word. Keep your head up. Get somebody to talk to. I'm here. I was actually posting on TikTok, IG, Snapchat, Facebook. I was on air. Well, I can't name what place I was on this morning, but I was hitting people up and saying I'm here because it was a lot of sad reels going through, and that's a cry for help.
Yeah, it is.
And
yeah.
I put out there, hey, I am a licensed peer support. Holla at me.
Yeah.
That's what I'm here for.
You know, don't be too proud to beg. Don't be too proud to ask.
That's right.
Yeah.
Closed mouths don't get fed, baby.
Always, all day.
And we appreciate y'all. This was important. We ran a little over the time limit, but look, this was an important show.
Yeah.
And especially the ending parts that we had, and it was just important to reach that out to y'all. And we love y'all. We really appreciate y'all. Like I said, man, this year we're gonna push this thing. It's going monetized. It's going everywhere. Love, peace, and hair grease to you. Do your thing. Live your life. So elaborate. And we are out.
Some stories are too painful to tell, but they must be told. Have you ever heard of Mary Turner? She was 8 months pregnant when she was brutally lynched, not because she committed a crime, but because she dared to speak out against the murder of her husband. Her story is one of unspeakable horror, but it's also a reminder of why we must never forget our history. In May 1918, in Brooks County, Georgia, a white plantation owner named Hampton Smith was killed. Instead of conducting a real investigation, white mobs went on a rampage, targeting black men and women with absolutely no evidence. Over a dozen people were lynched in just a few days, and one of them was Hayes Turner, Mary Turner's husband. Mary Turner was only 20 years old, and she was 8 months pregnant when she did something that black women at the time were not supposed to do. She spoke out. She spoke out loudly, and she spoke out publicly. She demanded justice for her husband's murder, saying the mob had killed an innocent